This calls for celebration. I've been able to do this. So this thing has taken me time. Why is my lens so dirty? God, I beg you. Okay, cleaner. So what you're seeing here now looks like a normal thing, but for developers in the house, I want to update you and show you something I noticed. Google has updated the attachment of cookies and prosy. So this is the source code of Okecbot. I'm going to show you one of the source code on downloading bots. I actually commented that line, but let me show you. So if you go to this place now, you're going to, if I zoom in, you're going to see where it says load bot states. Right, so this is what actually loads the bot state. So what does it mean by load bot state? So usually, Okecbot backs up every single thing you do. It's called a bot state. It's been saved on the saver. And when you launch the bot, like you can see below here, you can see things like the website you've been to. If I check here as well, you'll be able to see how it's actually saved some of the bot state on the saver. So the problem with this approach right now was people started storing so many data. I mean, lots of people were using Okecbot, and each of these browsers would go to so many websites. And so after a while, I would see like 40 gig, 50 gig. I once saw up to 70 gig worth of data on my database, and I was using my SQL, so it practically crashed. So I did not really know what to do of it because I mean each browser like this has a very huge bot state. So one of my developer, his name is Gospower, he said, boss, instead of us to keep spending money on different saver, spending money to store people's bot states, why don't we use Google Drive, right? So there's this thing on Google called Google Drive, drive.google.com, where you can store images and everything. There's an API. This API can practically that's how you can actually do it. You'll be able to get what we call an FTP access, where you can store information or upload information to this drive. So this simply means that when somebody uses Okecbot, they can practically have a folder created on their Google Drive. Now, Okecbot will be storing all the browser cookies and local storage there. So why did we decide to do this? Now, if you notice before, if you're using Okecbot, you notice that when you log into a bot, so let's say I'm using Okecbot for instance, and I log into like this email now, I've logged into this email, right? So if it's before, I've logged into this email, but the moment I crash the bot, let me close this bot over here. So I'm going to use Ctrl C, the bot has closed, right? Ctrl C, I've closed the bot. I'm going to come in again and I will launch that Puppeteer section. Okay, so it's going to pop up the bot again. Beautiful. Now this is an Okecbot now. It has popped up again, right? But this time around, even without opening anything, if I click here, you're going to see it's logged in. And if I head over to Google, you're going to see that Okecbot bot state is perfect. Like everything is as if it's a previous this thing. We're able to achieve this before, but Google now did something where, okay, some hackers would have some bad softwares that will steal your cookies and your prosy. So what Google now decided to do was they now started creating some kind of keys, some kind of sensitive information that they will store on what we call a user directory. So because of this sensitive information, even if you steal somebody's cookie and prosy, you would still have to log in again. For instance, right now, I'm currently logged into Okecbot and I'm able to come back over and over again because I'm using a user directory. So every single thing I do is stored on a user directory. But the previous architecture was to scrape or take the cookies and store it on the saver. Now, the good thing was if you're using Nigeria IP, if you've noticed, I've said it before, if you're using Nigeria IP on Okecbot, if you log into Google and you come back again to Google, it will open that Google for you. You don't have to log in. But if you're using a prosy saver, the moment you're using a prosy saver and you close that Okecbot and you open it again, Google will tell you to log back in. It will tell you sign out, log back in. So this is a problem. Imagine having your Okecbot make Google searches around insurance, Google searches around loan. In your mind now, your CPC is going to be up. You make money from Google AdSense. Only for each time for your Okecbot to open, and somehow it's as if Google doesn't know you, right? That's because those fingerprints were gone, and that's because you were using a prosy. So the only way you can do it without a prosy, or a prosy will not be a problem, is when you use a user directory. So let me show you my code over here. Now on this my code over here, I'm going to take you straight to where I have a user directory. So I launched Puppeteer with lots of configuration, but you can see this Puppeteer section says user directory. I think my hand is still shaking. Let me try and keep my hand steady. Okay, I don't know. My hand is shaking too much. Let me try and keep it steady. Okay, user directory. You can see the folder Okecbot underscore states bot one. If I take you here, this is still in progress. I'll be launching very soon anyway. So if I take you here and I take you to that section, let me take you to here. You can see it over here. So this is Okecbot state. Now if I open these bots, you can see these are all the signatures. For instance, all the things Google needs to keep you, like your first party sets.db. Practically, this is a user directory. Now what this simply means is that because of the way I'm doing it now, if you like, use any kind of proxy. The moment you log into a Google account, if you open it again, in fact, even your history, let me show you. Okecbot, if you have Okecbot now, if you doubt me, go and check. You cannot see your history. If you go to Okecbot and you click on this section and you go to history, you will not see anything. It will not show you any history. But this latest one, there will be history. So I'm trying to make sure all this is in place. I'll be compiling very soon. This will be called Okecbot 5.0. It's going to be the one you can download on your computer. It will have history amongst other things. So I've been able to fix the time zone, and now I've been able to fix the bot states. So the only thing I want to fix now is the virtual device. I want a situation where if you're claiming to be Android or iPhone, it will no longer use your own computer. It will use what we call Amazon Device Farm. Now this is for people who do Spotify, for people who do AudioMac, Apple Music. Yes, you can log into so many iCloud on Okecbot. And just like the way you want to stream YouTube, you can stream anybody to the #1 chart. I know it sounds like it's I'm just saying it, but let me code it finish. Just go and create as many iCloud as possible. They'll be using real iPhones because Amazon has what we call Amazon AWS device. So I've already put that on my pipeline. I'm going to be coding it very soon, and I have a whole lot on my pipeline as well. So till next time, I'm going to be updating you all once I'm done.